Well, thank you. My name is Kieng Wilfred, the Regional Consultant of the Kenya Centers of Academicians and Diverse-Oriented Research. Today, I'm giving a message to the Form 4 candidates, that is the candidates of 2021, who are ongoing with their national examination. This message is dedicated to all KCADOR member schools. Today, I want to speak about the 10 success rules that you must follow as you continue doing your examination. I remember that a day before you started your exams, I spoke to you and I talked about the 12 hours of exam time. And today I want to speak about the rules of success as you continue doing the exam. I believe that you have done the exam and you are now on. There are certain challenges that you have encountered. There are certain areas and that have made you excited. There are certain areas that made you unhappy. Nevertheless, I want you to believe that things are okay and you can always still remain and focus towards the goal. Today I begin by telling you a story about an analogy that was given by Napoleon Hill. And it talks about the three feet from gold. And a story is told about a man who was mining gold, digging gold, finding gold. He was explaining about the gold mine in Colorado, where a man tried to find gold, to look for gold for 3 consecutive months, and he did not succeed. At the end, he decided to quit and left the mine and sold it to someone else. Selling to someone else, this someone else came and decided first of all to involve an expert finding it. And the gold was 3 feet away. What happened was this guy, realizing that he had left the mine feet away, he really regretted. Today I want to use the same analogy as I speak to you candidates who are doing exams, and I want to tell you that do not quit at this point. Do not quit when you are 3 feet away from gold. There are only a few days when you will be done with your exams and you will be home. You will be joining us from this other end, and I want you to be strong, and I want you to remain calm, and I want you to believe that you can still do it. I am learning that there are certain areas, there are certain topics, that there are certain exam papers that were challenging to you, but that should not give you a reason to develop some kind of fear or to lose hope in any way. Now, I want to speak about the 10 success rules which I want you to follow, and these are very, very important. And the rule number 1 here is that you must remain calm. Relax, remain calm all the time. During, before, and even after the exam, you must remain calm. Do not get swayed up. Do not lose your focus. Just focus on what you want, because at the end of the day, certain exams and even certain papers will continue to prove to be difficult, but I want you to remain calm. Rule number 2 is ask yourself what is next. Always remember to ask yourself what is next. Every time there is challenges, you will find a challenge even in a certain question, or after exam and you find out there is a problem, there is a challenge, please ask yourself the question, what next? Or actually, what is next? What is coming next? Some students get discouraged from just one exam. One exam. Like the way I got message from several students around the country wondering about chemistry, and they are saying chemistry was a very difficult paper, and that one made some school students discouraged, and this might affect the next exam. And I want to tell you, never get discouraged. Always move on. You will realize that even the paper that is proving to be difficult to everyone else might be the paper that students may even do well better than those exams that you think they are just easy. Another point, rule number 3, is forget about the previous exam. It's very important. You forget about it. In your mind, I want you to forget about it. I want you to focus on what is coming. When you think about something that has a bygone, you can never answer or provide an answer to a question that you have already done and a paper that you have already submitted. So there is no need for you to think about it. The only thing you need to do is to ask yourself, what is next? The next rule, number 4, is that never discuss a paper after doing it. In fact, instead, you must discuss the paper that is coming next. Students love discussing what has been done. They want to ask another student whether the question number 5, whether this was the answer to question number 5, whether this was the answer to question number 27. It doesn't help you. For those who might think or who may have failed in that particular paper or particular question will get discouraged. And we are asking each of the students not to discuss a paper that is already gone. You can discuss the paper that is already gone after all the exams. You have all the time. You have a whole year. You have several years to discuss about this paper after your exams. But during the exam, anytime you have done a paper, forget about it and move to the next point. The next rule here is rule number 5. We're talking about now rule number 5. Rule number 5 is when things get tough, work harder to redeem what might be lost. That is when things get tough. When things get tough, sometimes things will get tough. Certain questions will prove to be difficult. If question number 7 is proving to be difficult for you, for example in mathematics, and you believe that you will not do very well, then in the next questions, make sure that you do very well so that you can redeem what might be lost in the question number 5. If the chemistry paper proves to be a bit difficult to you, make sure that you do well in biology so that you can redeem maybe marks that were lost in another paper. Make sure you do well in CRE, get all the marks. Make sure that you do well in physics. Make sure you do well in another paper so that you may redeem this other paper that you might think maybe you lost some parts. Now, in the next part, we're talking about now rule number 6. The rule number 6 is have time to play, release tension, attract new energy. I've said it many times, and I've said it's important for students to play. I continue to say play. I continue to say have time to relax, have time to move around the field, run around, have some games, have some program for games, because this will help you release the tension that is there, the stress that is there, and you begin the new day when you are strong and when you are focused. It's always very, very important. Rule number 7 here, rule number 7 is that remember that some questions and exam papers may turn difficult. This should not be a reason for you to cry. In fact, what I advise you is that you smile and say, I knew you would come. Tell this paper that I knew you would come. And I was waiting for you anyway. And so, tutapambana na wewe hapa kwa hapa. Tutapambana na wewe. Because you are ready for it. You have started for 4 years. Some questions may prove to be difficult for nothing. Just say, it's okay. And I said, you don't need, you should understand that you will not score all the questions anyway. Maybe this is the only one that should give you headache. So there's no problem. Never worry, because there are many questions and many exams ahead. Now, rule number 8. Now, in the rule number 8, we are talking about breathe in, breathe out, breathe in and out, always in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out is very important. During and after the exam, never panic. It's not the end of the world. Just realize that it's not the end of the world. This exam is not the end of the world, neither is it a matter of life and death. Please remember that there are good days ahead, there are good exams ahead, there are many things good that are coming ahead of you. That is important, so always breathe in, breathe out. Before the exam, breathe in and breathe out, because that will give you a chance to relax. Relaxing at this particular moment is very important. Now we move to the next question, the next part now, that is rule number 9. In the rule number 9, we say, be careful while doing experiments at the lab. Follow instructions step by step. Take good care of substances or specimens provided. Every year we have accidents in the lab. Some students even by mistake, because they are not really careful, sometimes they pour all the substance that has been given to them. And when you do that, you will not have anything to test. Make sure that you remain calm. You do you follow the steps one by one. Don't rush. There is no running in the lab. Don't do things just slowly and smoothly. That is it. And in the last rule now, we go to the rule number 10. The rule number 10 states that don't worry about the knowledge you mastered and was not tested. This is very important. I assure you, and I assure you students, that you will meet these questions out there. The first 3 days, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, when you are out of school, high school, I assure you that the questions that were not tested in the national examinations will be tested in real life. There are many students who have complained many times and asking themselves, it is like the examiners know the areas that I have not mastered because they test everything except what I have mastered. Don't worry about that. It's okay. Some of the areas were meant to sharpen you, to prepare you for life. Some of the areas in the curriculum were meant to prepare you for something even better. When they don't come in the exam, don't worry and don't blame exam setters. Always relax. And these questions will always come to you in one way or another. On behalf of the Kenya Centers of Academicians team, we wish all candidates of 2021 success in their national examinations. Thank you.